Great, we've glued the sensor. Next, we'll install the comp unit and then proceed with the calibration. We'll see how it's done on the left crank arm, but you can be sure the same goes for the right crank arm. Let's quickly run through all the items that we'll need from your POWERBEAT kit. Comp unit, bracket, screw, and the POWERBEAT screwdriver, cable strip, the remaining alcohol pad. Also have scissors, a pedal wrench or hex key, and your pedals handy. Put your thumb on the handle of the gluing device without applying pressure onto the sensor. Pull each of the rubber bands away from the gluing device towards the BB. Now, carefully remove the gluing device by lifting it just as I'm doing now, and remove the B sticker. Once removed, take the alcohol pad and wipe both sides of the wide surface of the crank. Let the alcohol evaporate. This is done so the cable strip can adhere well. Using the scissors, cut the 2 rubber bands. Avoid using a knife so you don't damage the crank. Now that the surface is clean and the alcohol has evaporated, gently peel the protective film off the cable strip and place the strip over the cable as close as possible to the sensor when it's evenly aligned in the center. Please make sure not to touch the adhesive side of the sticker. Apply some gentle pressure on the strip for a few seconds. We recommend applying some grease on the pedal's threads at this stage. Take the bracket marked L and slide it over the pedal axle. Screw the left pedal into the pedal hole, but not all the way yet. Now, insert the sensor's plug into the bracket that will eventually hold the comp unit. Tilt the bracket just enough so the plug can fit in. Don't plug it all the way yet, just up to this line or edge of the plug. Tighten the pedal according to the manufacturer's instructions and make sure that the bracket is aligned parallel to the narrow side of the crank arm. Now that everything is in place, we can connect the plug by pushing it all the way in. It should slide right into position without too much force. Turn the crank so that you'll have access to the screw. Take the screw and using the POWERBEAT screwdriver, screw it all the way in, not too forcefully, so the plug remains fixed in its place. Take the comp unit marked L out of the charger and slide it into the bracket on the left crank arm. You should hear a click and the blink of the green light will indicate that it was installed correctly. Single POWERBEAT users. We have included 2 washers inside your POWERBEAT single kit for installation on the right pedal thread in order to maintain the balance between the 2 crank arms. If you'd like to install them, you can do it now or at any time you desire. This is it. We've finished installing the comp unit. Before we continue with the calibration, let's take a moment and see how easy it is to remove the comp unit and bracket in case you want to disassemble your bike for flight, etc. First, release the comp unit, press the button on its side, and then slide it out of the bracket. Second, turn the crank arm until you've had an easy access to the bracket screw. Now thread the screw out of the bracket using the POWERBEAT screwdriver and keep it in a safe place. Release the plug from the bracket by pushing out the plug's pin. You won't be able to detach the plug all the way out, just loosen it. Next, loosen the pedal with the wrench or hex key while holding the bracket with your other hand until the bracket can move freely. Now you can fully detach the sensor plug from the bracket and then safely remove the bracket and the pedal. Thread the screw back into the bracket using the POWERBEAT screwdriver and you're done. That's it. The bracket and the comp unit are off the bike. Okay, we know everything there is to know about brackets and comp units. Let's proceed to calibrating your POWERBEAT.